first one is called If You Should Meet a Crocodile. If you should meet a crocodile, don't take a stick and poke him. Ignore the welcome in his smile. Be careful not to stroke him, for as he sleeps upon the Nile, he thinner gets and thinner. And when you meet a crocodile, he's ready for his dinner. Up in a basket. There was an old woman tossed up in a basket, 17 times as high as the moon. And where she was going, I couldn't but ask it, for in her hand she carried a broom. Old woman, old woman, old woman, quoth I, oh whither, oh whither, oh whither, so high? To sweep the cobwebs off the sky. Shall I go with you, I, by and by? He was a rat. He was a rat, and she was a rat, and down in one hole did they dwell. Both were as black as a witch's cat, and they loved each other well. He had a tail, and she had a tail, both long and curling and fine, and each said, yours is the finest tail in the world excepting mine. He smelt the cheese, and she smelt the cheese, and they both pronounced it good, and both remarked it would greatly add to the charms of their daily food. So he ventured out, and she ventured out, and I saw them go with pain. But what befell them, I could never tell, for they never came back again. The Dustman. When the shades of night are falling and the sun goes down, oh, the dustman comes a-creeping in from Shut-Eye Town. And he throws dust in the eyes of all the babies that he meets, no matter where he finds them, in the house or on the streets. Then the baby's eyes grow heavy and the lids drop down, when the dustman comes a-creeping in from Shut-Eye Town. When mother lights the lamp and draws the curtains down, oh, the dustman comes a-creeping in from Shut-Eye Town. And the babies think the dustman is as mean as he can be, for he shuts their eyes at nightfall, just when they want to see. But their little limbs are weary, for all they fret and frown, when the dustman comes a-creeping in from Shut-Eye Town. One of my favourite ones, The Dark House. In a dark, dark wood, there was a dark, dark house, and in the dark, dark house, there was a dark, dark room, and in the dark, dark room, there was a dark, dark cupboard, and in the dark, dark cupboard, there was a dark, dark shelf, and in that dark, dark shelf, there was a dark, dark box, and in the dark, dark box, there was a ghost. Mr. Nobody. I know a funny little man, as quiet as a mouse, who does the mischief that is done in everybody's house. There's no one ever sees his face, and yet we all agree that every plate we break was cracked by Mr. Nobody. 'Tis he who always tears our books, who leaves the door ajar. He pulls the buttons from our shirts and scatters pins afar. That squeaking door will always squeak, for pray thee don't you see, we leave the oiling to be done by Mr. Nobody. He puts damp wood upon the fire, that kettles cannot boil. His are the feet that bring in mud, and all the carpets soil. The papers always are mislaid, who had them last but he. There's not one tosses them about but Mr. Nobody, finger marks upon the door by none of us are made. We never leave the blinds unclosed to let the curtains fade. The ink we never spill, the boots that laying round you see are not our boots, they belong to Mr. Nobody. The signifying monkey. This is quite a long one, so it'll be our final one for the night. The monkey and the lion got to talking one day. Monkey looked down and said, "Lion, I hear you're king in every way, but I know somebody who do not think that is true. He told me he could whip the living daylights out of you." Lion said, "Who?" Monkey said, "Lion. He talked about your mama, talked about your grandma too, and I'm too polite to tell you what he said about you." Lion said, "Who said what?" "Who?" Monkey in the tree, Lion on the ground. Monkey kept on signifying, but he didn't come down. Monkey said, "His name is Elephant. His stone sure is not your friend." Lion said, "He don't need to be, because today will be his end." Lion took off through the jungle, lickety-split, meaning to grab Elephant and tear him bit to bit, full stop. He came across Elephant, copping a righteous nod, under a fine, cool, shady tree. Lion said, "You big old, good-for-nothing so-and-so, it's either you or me." A solid roar, and bopped Elephant with his paw. Elephant just took his trunk and busted old Lion's jaw. Lion let out another roar, reared up to 6 feet tall. Elephant just kicked him in the belly and laughed to see him drop and fall. Lion rolled over, copped Elephant by the throat, just shook him loose and butted him like a goat. And he stomped him till the Lion yelled, "Oh no," and it was near high sunset when Elephant let Lion go. The giant monkey was still sitting in his tree when he looked down and saw the Lion. Said, "Why, Lion, who can that be?" Lion said, "Monkey, I don't want to hear your jive and jive." Monkey just kept on signifying, "Lion, you for sure caught hell. Mr. Elephant whipped you to fare thee well. You ain't no king to me. Fact is, I don't think that you can even much as roar. And if you try, I'm liable to come down out of this tree and whip your tail some more." The monkey started laughing and jumped up and down. But he jumped so hard the limb broke and he landed, bam, on the ground. When he went to run, his foot slipped and he fell flat down. Go, the Lion was on him with his front feet on his hind. Monkey hollered, "Ow, I didn't mean it, Mr. Lion." Lion said, "You little flea bag, you, why I'll eat you alive." In this fix, if it wasn't your signifying jive. "Please," said Monkey, "Mr. Lion, if you'll just let me go, I got something to tell you, please. I think you ought to know." Lion let the monkey loose to see where his tail could be, and Monkey jumped right back up on into his tree. "What I was going to tell you," said Monkey, "is you square old so-and-so. If you fool with me, I'll get Elephant to whip your head some more." "Monkey," said Lion, beat to his unbooted knees, "you and all your signifying children better stay up in them trees." Which is why today Monkey does his signifying away up out the way. Alright everyone, thank you for listening to these short anonymous poems. As I said, this is the first time I've used my mic for my channel. So, hopefully, if we do have any issues, they will be resolved by the time the next video comes out. See you again next time.